would you say to a reaction video that is reacting to a channel that is sponsored by NordVPN that uses ExpressVPN? Are VPNs a conspiracy? Find out tonight on Dateline.
According to Thor, they kind of are.
Well, yeah, I've heard Thor's reasoning, and for the work that he does, yes, they are basically moot, and you need higher forms of security, which he's aware of. I mean, the guy's got years and years of experience in net security.
I mean, he makes them sound like they don't do anything for anybody.
Well, they do for you on like your face. Well, I know the whole thing about, you know, your IP, your internet server, your ISP still sees your internet traffic and all that. But the thing about it is, they don't know 100% like who's using it. All they know is that they can't trace it directly to which computer. They know what you're looking at and all that, but they just can't trace it to which computer, and therefore it's just like it's moot at that point, because if it's multiple people living in the household, they're not able to determine who watches what and what, and it's a whole thing. I don't know, but
I don't even know why that would be a big deal either way.
It's not really that big of a deal, because we don't really, no one in this house is like into cryptocurrency. No one in this house is into like seedy business dealings. None of us get on the dark web. None of us are like hardcore internet users. We're pretty casual. I mean, even though we make a living on the internet with the stuff that we do, I would say in terms of...
no, our internet service provider is going to know I looked at sexy pictures of Jane Doe from Zenless Zone Zero.
Oh, no. They're going to know that I looked for, like, date ideas for me and my girlfriend. Oh, no. They're going to know that I'm looking for a...
They're going to be like, this dude's a giant weeb. He likes anime girls. What a nerd.
Probably going to cut out a lot of that.
It's not really relevant.
No, it's not. But we were just, like, discussing how the internet basically, like, feeds us stuff that we can't control. And it does... And you know, even if you do have a VPN, they're still going to see what you're looking at. They just won't be able to determine who is looking at it. I mean, that's the weird thing about it. But anyway, we got an Internet Historian Incognito Mode video here called Conspiracies. Let's see what kind of conspiracies our boy's going to bring up, and let's see if we are aware of any of them. Here we go.
NordVPN by YouTube brought Conspiracies.
My God.
Conspiracies. What are
Birds aren't real.
Chirp. What are conspiracies?
They're turning the lizard people putting chemicals in the water, turning the freaking frogs gay.
You understand me?
What are
chemtrails?
Look, all I want to know is what are conspiracies?
Believes in chemtrails.
Wait a minute. Are they making the green M&M less sexy?
Yes. Yeah, they got rid of the bedroom eyes. Also, the packs of M&Ms are smaller.
They deflated her lips too.
Yeah. Also, the packs of M&Ms are smaller. Yeah, they charge you the same, but for like several ounces less.
Oh, that's messed up.
I know.
We figured it out. Move it, go.
It's a good thing I don't really eat M&Ms.
Yeah, I don't eat M&Ms either. In the field.
I'm not a big conspiracy guy, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I kind of just like the little ones that don't really matter.
Give me an example.
I recently was grocery shopping and I bought a limited edition detergent that was wild berry scented. I opened it and started using it right away. And every time I clean the dishes now, I think, wow, that's a delicious wild berry scent.
Yeah.
But then I had to go to a hospital, right? And
I know
it just stinks like...
tastes like from like Wildberry Pop-Tarts and such, but I can't really place a smell with it.
I don't know. I guess it's like here's the thing about smells and like tastes. They don't necessarily taste like the things that you like they say. They just have to like put that image in your head.
Yeah, smell is like 60 to 70% of taste or whatever.
Exactly. And if the smell reminds you or like puts an image of something in your head, you're going to see that. For instance, if you smell cookies when you bite into something, you're going to imagine cookies. If you smell something that smells lemon scented, you're going to see lemons in your head.
It's one reason they tell you that if you're one of the people that can't really stomach alcohol very well, that you can take a shot of alcohol by pinching your nose easier.
I don't need to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, did you see that big-ass bottle of Jaeger I got down there? All right. I'll join in the fun. Why not? I ain't driving nowhere for the rest of the night. So...
Haven't had any in quite some time.
So, yeah. Jaeger shots aside.
Hey, go back like 5 seconds.
So, all right, back to this.
Chemicals. And it's like, we have the technology to make cleaning things that smell delightful.
Oh.
Yet you go to the hospital and it smells like cat piss?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
That is a good point. What else have you got?
So, when I was a kid, my sister had been to like a party with glow sticks.
Right.
And so she put a bunch of them in the freezer because she had heard that if you put a glow stick in the freezer, it stays glowy for longer. I think that's not true.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, I've heard that as well, that like cold ones like glow longer or glow brighter.
It's bullshit. You can't put them back in the freezer to make them like refluorescent. Now it may make the fluid last longer, but you can't just like. I heard the rumor was you put them back in there and you crack them again, and it causes the fluorescent fluid to like reactivate. It's not true.
Let's find out for sure. Freezing an activated glow stick can slow down the chemical reaction that causes it to glow, effectively prolonging its lifespan.
No, you can't. Yeah, no, that's
allowing you
true.
to use it again later.
Allowing you to use it again later, really?
Mm-hmm.
Every time I've tried to use that,
You could slow it down enough to be able to use it later on, theoretically.
but that's the thing. These things are like a dime a dozen. So
Yeah.
why would you even bother freezing it and like wasting space in your freezer?
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. But I knew that you couldn't like reignite the like fluorescent fluid once it goes out. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically just a chunk of plastic that you just throw in the garbage.
No, it does. It slows down the chemical reaction.
Nah, there's no chemicals. It's just little green goblins. I'm telling you, with their little torches.
Oh, quiet.
So I'm a kid, right? We used to have, like, you know, ice blocks. I don't know what you
Oh, I know exactly.
Oh, yeah,
where
the
this is
ice
going.
pops.
How many did you drink?
Just the one. But I go into the freezer, I go, oh wow, that must be some new thing. And I get some scissors from the kitchen, I snip it off,
Dude, that's
and I drink it
incredibly
down.
toxic. I don't
What in
believe
color
you.
was it?
You should be dead.
Yeah. Glow sticks are incredibly toxic.
There was one guy, he injected the glow stick fluid into his veins, and he died.
Yeah.
He freaking died.
And what flavor?
It was a reddy purple. It tasted like soap, but it was spicy like Tabasco. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, no, that's good. Yeah.
It's,
Now,
because
here's
it was
where the
probably
conspiracy
chemical
comes into
burning
it,
your
right?
esophagus.
My sisters are running around screaming in circles, he's gonna die, he's gonna die, oh no, oh no. My mum's on the phone with like a poison control hotline or something, being like, my son just drank a glow stick.
They just think, you're the worst mother in the world.
This is your fault.
I hope you made plenty of nice arrangements for the funeral, ma'am.
There's no point making a closed casket, he'll just glow right through, won't he?
Put him in the freezer. He'll last longer.
But yeah, so here's the thing, right? They're saying, you know, you can't drink.
I get so much shit for saying that. Here's the thing. I get so much shit for saying that, but whenever someone else says it, it's nothing.
Says what?
Here's the thing. When they give me shit for that on stream, and it's like everyone's just like Nate says here's the thing all the time. It's like Nate presenting the Fantastic Four. Here's the thing. It's like he said it. I don't hear y'all talking shit.
Drink glow sticks, they're toxic, you'll die, etc. The poison control
Like,
people.
I
Their
can't rule what it
solution-
is. You have something that you do say a lot. You say it to the point, and it's on the same level as me saying like before a lot of things.
Is it
and so no. Well, you do say a lot as well. Like I just did. You have another thing. It's like a 3-word thing that you say, and it doesn't add anything at all. And a lot of times you put it with an so you can tell you're like bridging a thought with it.
Yeah.
So when I'm editing, I just slice it out.
Okay.
But I can't think off the top of my head what exactly it is.
Here's the thing. Here's the deal. Let's see. There's also another one that I've heard myself say on editing, when editing a lot. I can't remember.
Was I had to gargle ice cubes, not to neutralize the chemicals, purely to get rid of that spicy, annoying sensation. So here's the conspiracy. I drank a glow stick, 0 adverse effects. Nothing happened. So they've been saying, oh no, don't drink glow sticks, they're bad for you. They'll make you sick.
Yes.
But I could have sworn I could see in the dark. Nothing bad happened.
You will not see in the dark. Do not drink glow sticks, kids.
So nothing bad happened. Soapy.
With a hint of Tabasco.
Wild berry.
Wild berry.
The wild berry scent.
Oh my god, maybe it was a wild berry. Maybe that's what. Oh my god. You don't think. No,
it's just going to be a
conspiracy. You're crazy.
Surely it's.
You're just making it up for attention.
Oh, I've been wanting to talk about this for a while. Toilets.
Yes.
I think there is no standard for what the big button does and what the small button does.
Now, I'm going to need you to elaborate on that.
Parents have one of those, and it absolutely has 2 different settings.
Really?
Yeah. There is a light flush for if
piss.
you just took a pee, and then there's a heavy flush for if there's anything else in there.
If you took it down.
If you do a light flush with anything that's not pee in there, it's going to still be there afterwards.
Yep. Push the big button.
It's a water saving thing. So
Yes.
That's not a conspiracy. That's real.
Okay. Very often, people go number 1. Less often, people go number 2. So, naturally, the big one is the one that's frequently pressed, because it's the big one. It's the one that everybody aims for, right? So that should be the small flush.
I feel like.
Exactly. Now look at this one.
No, don't misconstrue me. I think you're an idiot.
So you're telling me that the small button gets pressed more often than the big button?
Yes, because it's basically telling you, it's like, oh, yeah, I want to use less water.
Small flush or big flush?
Big flush, yeah. And if you just use the big flush all the time, it's just like,
You're wasting water.
exactly.
It's.
Yeah, it's not so simple, is it?
I understand your logic, but I think it's built on a weak predicate. You're conflating big with important, when in this case, big means
More.
big, in that it's the big flush, it's the full flush, and the small means half flush. It's a.
Now, you're telling me that this button gets pressed 5 times as often as this one on the left?
No, I know.
It should. It's kind of like obvious. It's just like, oh, small button means less water.
I don't believe it. So what I'm saying is that across all toilets, there is a non-standardization. Look at this. Which one is it?
It's 1 water and 2 water. 1 is less water and 1 is more water. It's not, like, that's so clear to me.
Wrong. 1 big drop for solids, 2 smaller drops for liquid. Which one is it?
The one on the left is the half flush, and the one on the right is the full flush.
Which one's the bigger one? You don't know. I don't know. Nobody knows. Only the plumber.
The one on the left is the full flush. The one on the right is the half flush. Yeah, go on. Give us another one. This is easy. I can do this all day.
Not so easy now, is it?
The one on the
it's
left is the
very
full
easy.
flush, and the one on the right is the half flush. Maybe you just don't have an eye for it.
I think this is like gold like the sun, so it's P.
Yeah.
And
Brown.
then dark like the moon, so it's...
Dark like the moon. I was gonna say, is the moon different in Australia?
the darker stuff.
Why is it red?
Oh,
What if we
God.
just had one button, and instead we used AI to determine how large the flush should be? Or a
That may
dial
happen in the
and
far
a button.
future.
Turn the dial for small amount, more, and full.
I mean, I
No,
see.
'cause
That won't work.
Nobody's gonna get good at
People will just leave it on like 10
Yeah.
and just fuck it.
what you're saying, but I always will go the small one.
Really?
100%.
I don't think I've ever pressed the small button.
Well-
And I don't in public bathrooms because I don't like the idea.
Yeah.
So I'll just hold it and then get very sick. But I always press the big one because that's the big button. Why wouldn't I press the big button?
Because you're a child.
Maybe it's because I've grown up in places where there's levels of water restriction. I half flush on number 2s.
Really?
I almost never use a full flush. Like, I could not tell you the last time I've used a full flush. I remember when I learnt the rhyme, if it's yellow, let it mellow.
Oh,
if it's brown, flush it down. And I was
I've
at
heard
my
that.
mum's work when I was like, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8. And I was in an elevator with my mum and a woman who I found out was her boss.
So see,
I was
I
like,
think it's
"Mom."
really gross, the idea of like just leaving pee in the toilet because like
Yeah.
pee is not always odorless.
No, and here's I've actually gotten onto my nephews about this. My nephews always did this. They would always go to the bathroom, they'd pee, and then they would just leave it. And I would come in later, and I would be like, boys, who used the bathroom last? That was Rylan. I was like, okay. Hey, Rylan, flush the toilet every time, okay? We're not under any water restrictions here. Flush the toilet every time. And he was just like, well, I just didn't want to, make any noise because I was afraid I was going to wake someone up. I was like, Rylan, I don't care. I would rather be disturbed in the middle of the night by a flushing toilet than come in here and have the smell of stale piss in the air in the bathroom, ruining my bathroom experience. But, trust me, I can fall back asleep when I hear a toilet flush. Okay? That's no problem.
Check this out. If it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down.
What? And then you just said the rhyme?
Yeah, and then Mum's like, oh, that's great. That's great, shut up. She's like, I wish that glow stick took you.
Oh.
There was a time we were on tank water and we used to have a saying, if it's yellow, say goodbye, fellow. If it's brown, let it stick around.
No.
Oh.
No flush for number 2. Big flush for number... Ad time.
What does the VPN in NordVPN stand for?
An ancient
Virtual
society
private
has
network.
kept this knowledge hidden for millennia.
Or at least, that's what my archaeologist grandfather
Or
told
could
me.
stand for
Behold,
very
Lord.
professional inward.
Sounds like a joke Dave Chappelle would make. He was just like, I was thinking about VPNs. What does VPN stand for? Back in my day, VPN stood for very professional. And then he'd be like, that'd be like the brother who'd show up in a business suit, be telling you about how we need to keep everything in the neighborhood black owned and all that shit. And then no one would fucking listen to him, and everyone would just go over to the gangbanger and get some drugs and shit. Yeah, that's a Dave Chappelle skit if I've ever heard one.
But boy, one of the Nord ruins' many puzzles. See how it reroutes my data.
Whoa, you just opened the Theodore Roosevelt. Where are we going, Nordman?
With NordVPN servers all over the globe, anywhere the clues lead. Look, on the back of the statue of David. Give me your UV light. It's a message from the founding fathers.
With this, we could get the
Thomas
international
Jefferson
Netflix
and the
catalog
gang.
and a whole bunch of other
T-Jeffs
geolocked
and the
streaming
gang.
content like BBC iPlayer and Japanese DTV. All the clues are lining up with the next solar eclipse. We gotta get to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier before this exclusive deal expires.
Uh-oh, it's the Society of Online Marketers.
We've been trying to track your every step, Nordman. They want to make an online profile of our web traffic so they can target us with advertising. And I can't let that happen.
Is that what I think it is?
Martin Luther King Jr.'s Dreamcatcher.
Don't let go, Nordman!
I wasn't going
Thing
to.
is, if you log into your Google account, it's not going to matter if you use a VPN. They're still going to be able to target you with advertising across everything else that's linked to the Google account.
That's true, because Google ads, that's how we make our money. Hi, Google.
It's every time I Google something that I want to check out that I think about maybe buying at some point, and then see it on Facebook over and over again afterwards.
Oh, man.
The eclipse is happening now. The ancient riddle.
Virtual, private. We've got 2 of 3.
What could...
Looks similar to what I was saying, didn't it?
Yeah.
What could the N stand for, Nordman?
I'm afraid to find out.
I like when he's like stifling a chuckle during his
I'm afraid to find out.
From the producers of Nordshank Redemption Nord and director Christopher Nordlin. I'm afraid your adventure stops here, Nordman. Hand over Harriet Tubman's cipher, or I'll shoot the boy. This temple had its IP address exposed. It's gonna collapse.
The key to the cipher. It's on your grandfather's old pocket watch, which he gave you on his deathbed in his will before he died.
If it was known, it would mean the end of civilization itself.
Oh, network. It's network. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, I thought it would be...
Nordtional treasure. So get NordVPN today. Go to nordvpn.com/incognito to get a huge deal on a 2-year plan plus 4 bonus months. Ad over.
No, MRI machines are not fake. Through using electromagnets, they are able to see inside of your skull without cutting you open. And inside of you, like, yeah. Anyway.
Had to get some MRI.
Like some horror stories and near horror stories I've heard about people with body piercings.
That's why you always take out your piercings.
Well, one of the horror stories that I heard was someone had a dermal
plug.
piercing. No. God damn, you went there.
No, that actually happened.
Someone had a dermal piercing, belly button piercing that they had lost the top ball off of and never actually gotten the dermal part removed, and they kind of had forgotten about it. And they went in for an MRI and felt a huge burning sensation like in their stomach and had to like ask them to stop, and then they forgot and they were like, oh crap, like was trying to rip their dermal piercing out.
Oh man. Well, once again, that's very rare scenarios like that, but there was a scenario where a dude who had a butt plug in and he thought it was just like, you know, pure silicone. Turns out it had a steel core.
Yeah.
And it went up into his colon and it lodged itself under his sternum.
Probably shredded everything on the way.
It did a lot of damage. Let's just say
That's
that.
a lot of damage.
He recovered, though.
Needed some Flex Seal on his insides after that, I bet.
Flex Seal and some Gorilla duct tape.
Mm-hmm.
Probably had to have send in Lemmy Winks to do some repairs. Jesus Christ.
Nice. A while back.
On the way to repair this dumb man's colon.
Lemmy Winks, where are you off to today? Off to repair the innards of the man who is so gay. Sorry.
They were really long. It was like an hour and a half. I'm in this f***ing machine, so it's like really boring.
Did you have your phone?
No, but they gave us headphones which played music.
You cannot
Would
use your phone.
would have destroyed your phone.
Yeah. Now you can fall asleep.
Music do you listen to? And I was like, I used to mostly listen to like video game stuff. So he's like, all right.
No, dude, you know what you need to do? Just put on some like meditative stuff, like meditative, like the crystal bowls and like the ones that, you know, give off like the pleasing tones that help you sleep.
He's talking about that. I never had that happen until just recently when I had my scar removed. And the dermatologist lady was like, what do you like to listen to? And I was like, I don't think you'd like most of the stuff I listen to. I was like, my favorite band's Coheed and Cambria. You might like them. So we listened to Coheed and Cambria the whole time she was cutting on my arm.
Heck yeah. That's awesome.
She was like, yeah, I like this. This is pretty good.
Hell yeah, you made a Coheed fan.
Hopefully.
Right. So he goes... Fuck, this is already making me laugh. So he goes on YouTube Music and types in video game music playlist, and he's like, what, does this look all right? Now it was a bunch of like Undertale and stuff. So he puts it on.
Yeah.
Puts me on the table. And he puts the headphones on, locks my head in, and the music starts playing, and it's the like the Skyrim main theme song. Just imagine this mental image of me getting fed into an MRI machine. Very funny. But later on, when I came out of the machine, he was like, "Oh, how's the music going?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, it's great. It played some stuff from Shin Megami Tensei 4, which it did."
Yeah, SMT.
And he goes, "Yeah,
that
and
game.
Donkey Kong."
Oh, now that's relatable.
Well, okay, the point of the MRI story was not the Dovahkiin music. The point is that you're in there for like an hour and a half, and it's just making a bunch of really loud noises, but you can't see anything happening.
Was it an MRI of your head?
That was my whole spine.
Your whole spine.
It's crazy technology. No.
It is. It is. Do you reckon it's real?
MRIs.
Yes.
Nah, I reckon they just put you in and then they just get someone in Blender and they just like put together a spine and they're like, yeah, there it is.
Yes.
And they just make it all fucked up and they're like, oh yeah, they're gonna have to take your spine out, put your spine back in.
You know,
Thank God that's not a surgery that actually has to be done.
no. You want to know probably the most messed up spine surgery? My mom actually was like, they offered it to her. You know what they would have had to have done to like correct her spine, like the proper way? They would have had to have cut her open in her abdomen, taken all of her organs out, and then operate on her spine from the front.
Why?
Because where the damage to her spine was, they were able to get the fusion completely done on the external part of her spine that's facing back, but the one that's facing forward, there was still like a chance of like injury, of like potential injury happening as she got older. But they said that there was no guarantee that it would 100% ease your pain, but this is a guarantee that, you know, it's a full 100% circular fusion of your spinal, of that one spinal column. So my mom basically opted to just say, I'm good with just like the half fusion on the back side. Because the thing about it is, if they would have taken her organs out, then they would have had to basically reinvigorate her like entire intestinal tract and stomach just to get it working again. Yeah, because and the risk of infection was through the roof.
I understand why they don't have tools where they could like go in on either side of the spine that would like carve around and do it that way and stuff.
Yeah, I would like that to be a thing too, but sadly it's just a very invasive procedure where they have to take out like huge sections of muscle at the back. They have to like cut open huge sections of muscle on your back just to get at the full like circular spinal fusion.
Damn.
Yeah, it's bad. But anyway,
hopefully they eventually come across some better ways to do that.
I hope so too. Like less invasive, like arthroscopic surgery on knees has just made things so much easier, because they used to have to like cut open your entire knee, pull your kneecap aside, and work on your stuff that way. Arthroscopic, where they're able to like just take a small incision, send in the scope, and then have the tools go in and just like work on it that way, makes things so much easier.
It was like my mom always talked about like how when she had her gallbladder out, like they had to actually incision and like go in and take it out, you know?
Yeah.
But, like nowadays, like they just have to poke like 2 things in, and they just basically cut it, and they just pull it out through a little hole.
Yep. And I was gonna say, getting rid of
It's
bone
like you can
spurs
heal from a
and bone chips
gallbladder
as well.
removal in like just a few days nowadays. Basically.
Yeah, there was one. It was a bone. There was a bunch of bone chips that this guy had in his elbow. He was in a car accident, and it messed up his elbow really bad. And he kept having this tightness in his elbow. And they did an X-ray, and turns out he had a bunch of bone chips there. Basically, just like they calcified over, and like it was really, they were mangled up. So basically, they went in and they basically made an incision here and went up in there and vacuumed all of them out. Dude, he had a medicine bottle full of them. They looked like teeth. They looked like a shit ton of teeth at the bottom of the bottle. There was like 10 of them. My God. But anyway, sorry.
You didn't drink any glow sticks when you were a kid, did you?
They do that before they put you in. It's like, you don't have any like metal piercings, any tattoos, You didn't drink any glow sticks when you were 4, did you? No, ma'am.
No.
Have you ever had an MRI before?
Yeah, actually, you know, my doctor was worried I might be just like too smart.
Too handsome.
Yeah, and so they had to take a whole bunch of scans, and they were like, what's going on? These numbers are off the charts. And they were seeing like parts glowing and stuff, and they're like, I think this guy's using more than 10%.
There's actually no problems at all. You might be the most healthy and handsome man we've ever scanned.
Vegeta, what's the MRI
This
say about
document
his
is just a really
handsome level?
It's over 9,000!
What? 9,000?
There's no way that can be right.
peaceful. I'm like, shit, anything for a fan.
What do you think about space? I like it.
I love space.
Honestly, I don't. Perhaps we went to the moon, but I think the footage we have isn't real.
I think they went to Mars and filmed it there.
Just because the lighting was better?
Yeah, we don't have the technology.
They just color corrected it.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, that makes a lot more sense. Because they were going to do it on Venus, but when they tried to green screen it out, it just, yeah.
Green screen.
Because they're not directors, so they would just be there with the camera. Like, they don't know to hold it in, like, widescreen mode. They're, like, there with their phone, doing it in vertical.
God.
Can you imagine Neil Armstrong's up there with a camera, and he doesn't realize he's actually got it on selfie camera, and he's just like, yeah, check this out. It's just on selfie camera.
They had to reconstruct it off the reflections from
The
his
reflection.
Oh, yeah.
So there's the three. There's Armstrong
Buzz Lightyear.
and
Aldrin.
Collins. Andrew Collins.
Yeah, he was the.
Well, I'm just going to say
specialist.
third astronaut, in case his name. Michael Collins.
Yeah, he was the specialist. He was the specialist who basically was like in charge of the payload, like them coming back. You know, Neil Armstrong was the first one off. Buzz Aldrin was second, and Michael Collins had to stay up in the. Imagine that, get to go to the moon,
You
and
don't actually get to go out with your two buddies.
yeah, the only one that
Shit.
the only one who had it worse was Jim Lovell, because Jim Lovell, he was a part of the Apollo 13 mission, and he was finally going to get to touch down on the moon, and all the shit went down with Apollo 13. And thankfully, he made it back to Earth, but yeah, that's gotta suck, dude. Be one of the only people ever to walk on a foreign body in space.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
Oh.
Nice one, Egghead. No, he's dead. That's a shame.
90
He
years
died
old.
on the moon.
Yeah, they'll have to leave him there. Oh, look, here's a picture of Michael Collins meeting President Trump.
Oh, really?
That's nice. Yeah.
Some say it was his greatest achievement.
His greatest achievement.
Michael Collins meeting me, his greatest achievement. I know he went to the moon, but he didn't actually walk on the moon. So meeting me, his greatest achievement.
It's like, oh, so he's busy. We can get you Obama. No.
No.
Well, I mean, I like the idea if it's just like Trump like doesn't know who he is. He's like, oh yeah, well, you're Buzz's friend. Yeah, Woody. That was my Trump impression. But like his expression looks like.
Oh, yeah, wow, he's seen some stuff. I've got something really important to tell you, Mr. President.
I can see his thing now. He's looking at Trump with those wide eyes, and he's looking at Trump. He's like, dear God, this guy's an idiot.
You gotta know about the moon. There's a thing.
There's goblins on the moon.
I haven't told anyone before.
They took Neil and they took Buzz and they replaced him.
Oh, fuck.
And no one will listen to me.
Do you think he gets...
I'm surprised he didn't tell him about the whalers on the moon. We're whalers on the moon. We carry a harpoon.
Sick of the moon? Because there's nothing anyone wants to talk to him about except for the moon, right?
The moon, yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon he goes out at night and he sees the moon. He's like, oh, fuck off. What happens to werewolves on the moon? If you put a werewolf on the moon, does he just turn into a werewolf all the time?
They're just
dies.
werewolves all the time. Yeah.
Do they
fucking
need
dies.
spacesuits?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be scary.
That'd be really spooky.
They're werewolves.
What do you
on
reckon's the
moon.
scariest thing you could find on the
If you
moon?
took a dude
The
who was a werewolf
Uh-huh.
to space, he'd have to be wearing a spacesuit.
Uh-huh.
And then as soon as he left the capsule, he would turn into a werewolf and probably rip through his spacesuit. And then,
Die.
except for the only way supposedly to kill a werewolf is with a silver bullet. So supposedly that means they shouldn't be able to die by suffocation, doesn't it?
I guess, but that's the thing is like, it's the same theory as, do you need a stake to kill a vampire, or if you literally turn the vampire into liquid with if you literally mulch the fucker, is it still possible for him to come back?
Yes. Yeah, they can regenerate from nothing.
My God. And then, of course,
The werewolves usually seem to be a little bit more like, yeah, silver bullets how you would kill one theoretically, but I feel like enough damage otherwise would still possibly kill a werewolf. But
well, just like in Curse of Strahd,
lore.
like when we were taking on those werewolves in the church, I mean, the only one who literally used silver to kill it 100% was JT, and he shot the fucker right between the eyes.
Just the thing with werewolves and D&D lore is just they have a regenerative ability that silver negates. So.
Okay. But
if you do enough damage to them, then yes, they will die, whether you use silver or not.
Yeah, most of us did have silver weapons. Temporarily silvered, not permanently silvered. Got to go to a blacksmith for that. We did like a thing where we melted down like the silver that we could find and like silvered our weapons that way. Pretty effective. We actually made mincemeat out of that interaction, and I was kind of sad for you, Nick, because I know that you put a lot into that.
Previous crew.
Apollo 1.
So,
oh no,
you're
Apollo
on the
1
moon.
literally
Sorry,
blew
let me
up
just
on,
pretend
like,
that the moon's real for a
just
second.
coming into space.
Okay, yeah, I'm on the moon. Go on.
You're bouncing around, and it's great. You're having a good time. But
What if you bounce too high? Will you fall off? Can you fall off the moon?
no, you can't
No.
fall off the moon. What does that even mean?
I mean, I just think that it's like, what if it's like...
Where? Down space? Fall to the bottom of space?
There really is no direction
Yeah,
in
I
space.
don't know. Maybe you
There are bearings in space, but there's no like unified direction in space.
fall off the moon. Maybe you trip and fumble and you just got to sort
I
of keep
thought
going.
there was like a whole
think
thought there was like a whole thing where the gravity was low enough that you could theoretically accidentally float off of the moon if you didn't like bound while you walked.
No, like the bounding is to like counteract the like low gravity to like make it easier for you to move, because if you try to move regular, then you're just going to waste energy. Whereas if you bound, then you're going to get further with less what's the word I'm looking for? Using less energy.
So if you just put all of your strength into it and just jump straight up on the moon, you wouldn't just continue to float.
No.
You would just jump really high.
Yes, you would, because Earth's like the moon's gravity is 1/6 of what it is on Earth, because it's like 1/6 the size of Earth. And the biggest thing with the moon is that they've actually shown like the highest that humans are capable of jumping, even if you had like the highest Olympic level athlete there who could jump the highest and everything like that, it still wouldn't matter.
They still wouldn't be able to completely escape its gravitational pull.
Exactly, much like how you need like X amount of force to have exit velocity on Earth, same deal on the moon, because there's a reason why the bottom of the lunar module has rocket boosters on it, because it needs to achieve exit velocity to get back up to the ship that brought them. It's physically impossible for a man to jump off the moon. Now, if you did get hit by something, if you got hit by a meteor or something like that flung you at a great enough velocity, then yes, you could potentially fly off the moon.
But
or
also that would probably just kill you.
that's the other thing as well. The force of the magnitude of the asteroid would kill you. So, and the thing is,
what if you jumped on a trampoline?
Maybe, I don't know. Just depends on the elasticity of the trampoline.
I guess it would probably be harder to get the force coming down onto the trampoline.
That's true as well.
You could probably slingshot somebody off of the moon.
Oh, no doubt.
Slingshot.
Oh, well, that's the thing, is like if in terms of like elastic force, yeah, you could potentially do that.
Could you just like trebuchet yourself into space off of the moon?
They've actually talked about doing rocket launches off the moon, because the exit velocity from there is much less than what's needed on Earth, and thus they would actually be able to achieve a higher speed coming off the moon than they would off the Earth. So there's that as well. So because in order to achieve exit velocity, you have to use a lot of fuel to get off Earth. Whereas on the moon, you would have to use like 1/6, where it's literally got 1/6 the gravitational pull of the Earth. And if you use the same amount to get off Earth as you would to get off the moon, and you propel yourself at a higher velocity, then you could basically get to your destination faster, which is what they're talking about for potentially like going to Mars. Just doing that. Just docking onto the moon real quick, refueling, and then off to Mars at a higher rate of speed. But anyway, yeah.
Angriest I've ever heard you. Do you reckon they started doing push-ups and they're like, yeah, check this out. 150 push-ups. Easy.
Like one
Oh, yeah.
But he's doing it with his knees down.
He's like, no, just film from the top half up. Neo, film from the top half up.
Part of me thinks, just part of me, deep in my soul thinks, I reckon you could fall off the moon.
What, you're just walking around normally, you just gotta be really careful.
God, I hope I don't fall.
Trip, and then whoop.
They're hiding fun stuff. Yes, they are.
When I was a kid, I read a book called The Blue Nowhere by Jeffrey Deaver.
Go on.
It's a deadly game of cat and mouse, where one guy is the world's greatest hacker, and the other one is a brilliant but tortured criminal investigator who's slightly new to the computing world, right? There's one point where they're having their hack off, and they're like, we gotta get into his mainframe, and then he's like, he's hacking into our mainframe at the same time, and they're going back and forth, who can counter-hack the best? And then it seems as though the hacker guy has kind of stopped. Maybe we did it, maybe we won. All of a sudden, the computer that they were hacking on explodes. Because
What was their processor being cooled with? C4?
a bad guy hacker managed to turn off all the cooling fans.
It's funny.
I'm gonna take bullshit for 1,000 there, Alex.
Somehow exploded. What I'm trying to
The
get
PC
around
would just
to
shut
is,
down,
how
dude.
come the NSA doesn't do cool shit like that?
Yeah, it's never something cool like Watchdog, like hacking the bollards.
Oh my god.
Bollard hack activate. In a world connected by Web 3.0, nothing is safe.
Imagine we like go to war with China. They press the button and all the
China.
bollards go up at once.
But then I've got a sweet motorbike and I can get between the bollards. So I'm driving on my sweet motorbike. I'm listening to Day and Night by Kid Cudi.
Cut the sky.
Kid Cudi? Oh my god, I love Kid Cudi. Look at him spreading them cooties. It's Kid Cudi, bro. His name is Scott Muscuddy, aka Kid Cudi. Come on, dog. Best one of the best rappers to come out of Cleveland, dude.
Skyrim.
Yeah, got Skyrim theme playing.
They're hacking all the traffic lights. They're turning them all red.
But I mean, I don't stop at red lights anyway. Nice try.
So next, they use up all the prepaid mobile data on your phone. and
Anime
suddenly you
wallpapers. Dude, 1.8 terabytes of anime wallpapers. A zipped file. Jesus Christ, bro.
Damn.
can't connect to the internet.
A
And my
wallpaper
plan
of
doesn't
every
reset
anime
until the
character that's ever
10th.
existed.
So my hack gets cancelled.
My hack gets cancelled.
Canceling.
Which is hard because my other hand was already holding a beer, so now my hand's...
I love that idea. Just being at the, I don't know, the NSA, the CIA headquarters. Stand down. Cancel the hack.
We need him working for us.
The thing is, like, you've got the movie version of hacking.
I'm getting hacked. This is major.
And then you've got the real life version of hacking.
Been a victim of that multiple times, and I fought. One I was able to fight off. The other one I had to like get someone to help me. Also, there's been other people. I know it's Marno. Well, no, Marno isn't dealing with hackers as much as he's dealing with like bullshit copyright strikes.
Which is much more boring.
I was wondering if you can take a look at a website I'm trying to get to.
Sure, what's the website?
By clicking that link, he's just given David full access to his computer.
We're on his computer right now.
Tedious.
But what if actually it is as fun as in the movies, and it's much more like, have you seen Swordfish?
Yeah. Oh, dude, this, even as a kid, I knew this was bullshit.
Yeah.
Even as a kid, I knew this was 100% bullshit. like him building the hacking cube in the program and everything. And he was just like, all right, come on, baby. And then he's like trying to build it. And then I've seen so many hackers, like people who admit to hacking, white hats as they call them, look at this and just be like, yeah, this movie is 100% fucking bullshit, dude.
Yeah. You're like spinning a cube around and you're going, the cipher is being decrypted.
Oh, yeah.
And you see the number going up. That would be so exciting. I think that's actually what hacking is like. And there's a deliberate move to pretend that it's not.
But what, like, why?
I heard that the underground, government, whatever, I heard that they actually have like this big document that effectively has like contingencies for a whole bunch of really strange scenarios.
In Hungary,
well, what kind of contingencies would it be? Like what happens if the president has a sore tummy today and he has to do an address?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He shits himself.
I reckon it'd be like, it wouldn't be an easy, simple solution. It would be the most convoluted thing possible. It's like, all right, so we actually have a clone of him ready to go. So he can stay in bed. The clone can go out and do the speech.
Wait a minute. What if you cloned Trump?
Sure.
Then dispatched with the original, would the clone still be president?
Would he still want to be president? You'd be like, whoa, wait a minute. Maybe it's my chance to be my own guy.
What if he goes to sign the thing at the inauguration?
Yeah.
And some other guy runs in real fast and signs his name?
I'm pretty sure that just doesn't count.
Yeah.
What if you're swearing in the president and it's a woman and she's pregnant at the time? Is the baby also president?
No, I think...
What if conjoined twins win the presidency?
One's president, one's vice president?
Yes.
That is an intriguing prospect.
Because they're not supposed to have the president and the vice president in the same room at the same time.
What?
That's bullshit.
Huh?
They were literally in the same room during the congressional speech that was made the other day.
Sounds like fake.
No, it's true, because what if someone bombs the room? Then you lose both.
Then the Speaker of the House becomes president. It's contingency plans, dude. Now, if you went, okay, here's the olive branch here. The congressional speech that was done the other day, all the members of Congress were in there. Everyone. What's to stop something bad from happening right there? And thus, everyone's gone. Like, all elected officials are now gone. Then what? Then that's a reason to panic. But this, no. I mean, this is bullshit. J.D. Vance and Donald Trump are like attached at the hip in certain regards. They go everywhere together.
But what about all those...
I wouldn't be surprised if they were secretly gay lovers. Now, wouldn't that be a conspiracy theory?
Is where it's like Obama and Biden hugging.
Did you know that Trump has never met with that other guy?
J.D. Vance?
Yes. They've never met. Because they can't ever be in the same room at the same time.
Okay, that's bullshit.
It's illegal. They'd both be immediately executed. It is illegal.
It is illegal. Yeah,
okay, he's taking the piss.
I actually had a girlfriend like that where we couldn't be in the... It was...
What if Putin wanted to hang out with Trump like all the time, like be friends with him, and Trump was like, I don't want to be friends with you.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't leave. And so eventually he had to get a restraining order against him. But then Putin was like, well, you can't because I have diplomatic immunity.
Ooh, that is...
No, that's not how that works.
You can't get a restraining order against someone who's not in the same country.
That's true. You can get you can do like some stuff, like some legal stuff, but in all honesty, I don't think Putin would want to, I was going to say
I'm pretty sure you can deny access to someone from getting into the country.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, he could basically just be like, all right, Putin, you have to go back to Russia, and you're not allowed to come back to America. And that's as good as a restraining order, basically.
Yeah. I was going to say Putin will probably just go to Germany instead and just be like, all right, we're good friends with the people here. I mean, we give them energy all the time.
It'd have to become a extra legal process where it's like, oh yeah, hi Putin. Yeah, no, Donald's not feeling very well today. We're just putting him to bed, so you might have to just come back another day, Putin.
Dodging him.
Yeah.
He's got the badge. He's like, but I came here to play basketball. I wanted to play horse with the 45 and with the 2-time president.
Oh, I've got it. Okay.
Yeah, go on.
I don't think there are any real restrictions on Air Force One.
Oh, yeah. Okay, go on.
So is the president allowed to just fly around to wherever to get ice cream or whatever? Oh, you know what I mean?
Maybe.
Like, okay, now stop here. Yeah, that was good. Now let's stop here. Yes, let's stop at this Ben and Jerry's.
Could be completely wrong.
Oh, dude, if he walked into a Ben and Jerry's, he'd be shot on sight. Ben and Jerry's is aggressively liberal.
But when Air Force One goes somewhere, there's like 2 other identical Air Force Ones that are like also going. So it's like,
yeah, I think so.
I reckon the limitation comes down to, you know, mechanical constraint. Like, there's just not enough space for 3 planes at Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah, I suppose it's the landing. I asked that to, I sent a DM to Notch once, and I was like,
yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been on a private plane. Like, let's say you were going from New York to LA. Are you allowed to just say mid-flight, hey, can you stop and we'll get ice cream? And
no.
Did he reply?
He said nothing. He didn't reply.
From what I understand, no, you have to follow the flight plan. Whenever you charter a flight plan, you have to follow the flight plan, and any unregistered stops is a violation of the FAA, and thus you'll either get fined or you'll have your pilot license taken away.
Safety concern, because
exactly.
if you're not in the place where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be, you could end up in someone else's airspace. Which
This is true.
Cause a collision.
This is true. So there you go.
So I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't know. I've never been on a private plane. I don't know what the rules are.
I just want to clarify, did you actually message Notch that?
Yeah.
That's so funny, man.
Basically, okay.
You know what we forgot to do?
What?
Who are you?
Oh, yeah. Hello, everyone.
It's Mr. B.
I'm
from Story Mode.
I'm an editor.
Listen, we got Story Mode. We got other channel, right? It's got 2 problems. Number 1, not enough people do reactions. I go to YouTube. I go to reactions. Everybody react in main channel incognito. Where are the Story Mode reactions? What the hell?
We not get any of that. We're not on any of them. We used to be.
Oh.
So we weren't on any of that, but we used to be. All the VTubers have outdone us now.
Yeah, and Asmongold. Basically, the Twitch streamers have come along and just like completely just. No, oh wait, hold on. No, Chavez is up there too, I think.
Reactions.
Hold on.
I go to YouTube.
Yeah, there's Chavez. Chavez Slovakia is there too. He's a mainstay.
Go to reactions. Everybody.
But yeah. Look at all the VTubers.
React in main
look at all the
channel,
Look at that.
It's
literally all the VTubers and Asmongold and Chavez Slovakia. That's it. We're not up there anymore.
I hate to say it. I didn't used to watch like any reactions at all. Like.
And then you started watching VTubers.
Yeah, I like VTuber reactions for some reason.
You know who's actually going to start getting into VTubing here soon? Oh yeah, you. But also, you know who else? Rick.
Nice.
Yeah, he's actually teased it a few times on Twitter, and everyone's wondering what his VTuber's going to look like.
I actually have someone working on a potential concept sketch for me right now.
Hell yeah, dude.
So,
kick ass.
So I have an idea for what I'd like to do.
Well, I've got a builder, someone who could build one for you at a pretty good price, so we'll see what we can manage for you.
Once I have the concept sketched up, we'll see.
Okay. Sounds good. So, he wants us to react to story mode. Okay. Internet historian, I'll tell you what. We will do a story mode reaction, and we'll see if it... And here's the thing, though. The reason why a lot of people don't react to them is because they're long, bro. Some of the story mode videos are like 2 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah.
Not a lot of reactors got the time for that, dude.
Yeah, considering we've just turned 26 minutes into what?
Almost an hour.
Exactly.
But yeah,
we got time for that.
But tell you what, we'll look at the channel and we'll see if we can't do a reaction. If anything, I'll do a solo reaction. I mean, hell, I reacted to almost 2 hour long, or no, it was 2 hours long. I reacted an over 2 hour long Postra video, and I made it almost a 3-hour-long reaction, so maybe I'll do a solo one on the story modes. Who knows? I mean, that's the thing. We're going to be reacting to a longer video later, but we're not going to, like, that's not going to be a regular thing for us.
Yeah, after this one, I don't know if I have the energy to get through that one tonight.
Oh, shit.
Do it on, I don't know, we might have to do it on Saturday before the show or something.
Well, we're going to be heading out of here around noon. Or the guys will be here around, or I got to head up there around
The show's
noon.
not till 7.
Well, I forget when Jake said he wanted to, like, he wanted me up at his place to, like, get the trailer soon, and then we would get here around a certain time. We'd load everything up, make sure we got everything, and then we would head out and eat, and then get to the place to, like, unload and everything. I don't know. We'll think of something.
And we still have to watch
The story
2
mode
shows
reactions.
tonight, too, is
What
why I
the
said
hell?
that.
Yeah, true.
We can't watch an hour and 30-minute video that we're going to turn into like 3 hours. In addition
We're
to
not going to
shows.
turn it into that, dude. I promise.
It's still going to be too long.
Well, it's an hour and 10 minutes, and I mean, I hope that when we do react to it, we won't take too long on it, because someone actually bribed us to react to it, so,
Also, other problem. Story mode. Bad name. I'm changing it. Explained. I think that's a better name.
Explained?
Yeah, I like it when people have to pronounce things funny. Have you noticed, like on main channel, like, do you know why it's called The Virus Strikes Buck?
Yeah.
It means nothing. It's just so that when I knew reaction channels and we're gonna watch it, they would pronounce it funny.
This is the Varus Strax book. Strake's book. I can't just read.
Oh, Skitten. Poor Skitten. Yeah, shout out to Skitten and Chavez.
What he
Okay.
wrote, apparently.
And it was
The Virus
just
Strikes
funny
Buck.
to me that they'd have to. Anyway, point is, I like explained better. I think it's better, because then you know what you're getting.
But maybe some people haven't seen story mode.
I don't think so. I think I did The Virus Strikes Buck. I think I actually said it the right way. Can't remember. It's been a while since.
Curious.
Well, I do know that video for us and for Internet Historian got demonetized, so fun. The Virus.
What's good, Renegade Nation? I have a learning disability. It's called being an American. It's called being me.
I have ADD, so I have to reread everything like 2 or 3 times to make sure that I read it right to start with.
Yeah. But overall, the last virus video that the Internet Historian put out was very funny. I missed it. I'll probably watch it. Yeah. Well, the virus is back again, and the Internet Historian is back again, and let's give this a watch and see what happens.
So you didn't actually say the whole title.
Well, no, I think I said it earlier because we were talking about it. We were talking about it earlier, so I
have a learning disability. It's the vowels.
yeah.
Buck. Thank you. I apologize for nothing. Sick flip-flops, by the way. Thanks. All right, but we got the virus strikes by Buck.
Yeah, see,
So
I
you
fucked
did
it up.
fuck it up.
I fucked it up a little bit, yeah. The Virus Strikes Buck.
So
right,
what are they getting?
To do, Nate heads off into the wasteland. He goes running for many miles along the road. It's just
Road.
like that Cormac McCarthy novel, Blood Meridian.
Until he comes across an old petrol station? Whoa! And there he meets a new hairy four-legged friend.
Hey.
Legs, Mr. B.
No,
Dog
Mr.
Meat.
Z, this is a dog called Dog Meat. And
I'm amazed they call him Nate, because that's my name.
he's gonna be our new friend.
Nate asks if he's seen Sean at all.
Give me Sean!
Sean!
I was gonna say his hair is straighter than mine, and we got the same kind of sort of features. Big ass nose, sort of like medium
Do
lips.
not believe you have that jawline.
The butt chip. Well, if I didn't have the fat, I'd probably have that jawline. I got the butt chin though. I don't know.
No!
Alas, this shepherd hound only speaks German.
Ihr Sohn ist 60 Jahre alt und leitet das Institut.
Do you think this boy could have used a harpoon? Look at him. He's a wee lad.
No, he's far too scrawny. Thin-necked urchin dunderpate like you could never wield a poon such as this.
Are you Alex?
Weirdly, he recognizes her.
It's cool.
That's
They actually
me.
played one of the Sherlock Holmes games.
If she was taking that kind of body language, I would not dare.
No, I'm not touching her.
Well, it's like when like a dog, its ears go back and it starts showing its teeth. And you're like, here, boy! Like, no, scoot into the corner, little fella.
It is the perfect background content.
Generally what happens is you'll come in, it's usually like 12:30 or something, you just woke up.
Yeah.
And you're like, I kind of just feel like watching video games today.
Yeah, I don't want to play it. But tell me what's happening.
Indiana Jones is solving a puzzle in the temple.
What kind of puzzle?
He's got to pour holy wine down a drain to get pictures of Jesus.
Oh, it's just too complicated. Skip this part.
Oh no, but we need to do it.
Do some sound effects with your mouth. Make it more funny.
And then you like throw an empty beer bottle at me. Yeah, it's crazy. That's the conspiracy.
NordVPN.com/incognito. NordVPN to again, thanks.
All right.
Alrighty then.
So yeah, that's that's conspiracies. So we already spent over an hour on this, so I don't want to hold y'all up anymore. And we got other shit to get to. So that was incognito mode conspiracies. Some interesting conspiracies, some kind of nonsensical, but hey, it's Internet Historian. What do you expect? Also, he wants us to do some explained reactions. So let's see here. Let's go to explained.
See if he was actually joking about that or not.
No, he actually. Oh no, he still calls it story mode. So
he just changed the title of the recent video.
So Dishonored explained, 55 minutes. Sherlock case of the guy.
So he didn't change the channel name, but he did change all the video titles.
Yeah, explained. Life is explained. Oh my God.
So let's see. I would probably say we should do the Sherlock Holmes one because
Half-Life
I've
explained.
actually played that.
Sherlock coin, yeah. Sherlock explained. The Suffering, hell yeah, dude. So you got The Suffering in here.
I've
The
played
Last
some
of Us.
The Suffering, at least.
Huh?
I've at least played some of The Suffering.
I played through it. It's good. Uncharted 1 explained. Saw the game explained. Metal Gear Solid explained.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid.
2 hours long.
Yeah, that's too long.
Turok explained. Tomb Raider explained.
I am Turok.
Yes, I love Turok. Oh yeah, Alien Isolation explained. You know what? I wouldn't mind doing some of these. Some of these aren't as long as I thought they were.
Resistance is a great game.
Oh yeah. Resistance 1.
That I have played.
Resistance 2 has like a sad ending. I love the thumbnail for the Resident Evil 5 explained one. It's like, in this corner, Chris Redfield. In this corner, Boulder. Big fuck all rock. Oh god. Okay. Anyway, let's move on from here. We got some stuff to get to. So, till next time, everybody. Signing off. I'm Nate.
I am Nick.
Be good people. Take care. Peace.